When I consider the many barriers children face, the most devastating, the most difficult is to face the future as an orphan. HIV/AIDS has claimed the lives of hundreds of thousands of mothers and fathers, leaving the children to struggle on their own. In a recent trip, I visited a small village on the outskirts of a growing city. The population of this community is growing every day. The community is a gathering of people who have come to the very end of their choices. They are desperately poor. When I listen to their story, I realize that their poverty is intensified by the social stigma of HIV/AIDS. Joyce and Janet are two sisters. Their mother died of AIDS. Their father struggles to care for the girls. But the family has been marked. Joyce just found out that she too has HIV/AIDS. In her early teens, she is terrified of the future. But at least she has a father to care for her. These children don't. Both of their parents have died. The children are left to fend for themselves, caring for each other, doing the daily chores they remember their parents doing. A group of local volunteers have come alongside, giving their time to care for these children who have been forgotten by all others. The volunteers do what they can, but they too are poor and have few resources to share. When I visited the community, I expected to see people without hope, without education, without any personal resources. But I was wrong. I saw the courage and resilience of mothers like this young teacher. Well educated, I wondered why she was living here. Our partners in the village told us the story behind the story. Her husband died of AIDS, leaving her to care for her children by herself. Then, when her world was falling apart, she discovered that she too was dying of HIV. I asked her what message she would give to you. Here's what she said.
Especially with the pandemic, we have HIV/AIDS. Most of the children are orphans. They need all the help. If the others have got the open hearts, let them help. Let them send whatever little they may have. It can be materially, it can be financially, but the supports can be there. Because at the end of the day, that child definitely would recognize that one person who looked after him or her.
All I could do was promise her that I would tell her story when I returned home. I can't appeal to you any stronger than she does herself. If you are able to spare about $1 a day, then call. While it might seem that such a small amount does very little, you would be shocked to know how much it does. Most people in her community earn less than $300 every year. When you sponsor a child, you will provide the funds they need to go to school. Your monthly gifts will provide nutritious food, healthcare, safe water, and sanitation. You are investing in a child, but more than that, you are changing a community. I asked what would happen if the children would not be sponsored, if they were unable to go to school. There was silence at first, a slight embarrassment. I didn't fully understand. Then they told me that too often the children would be lured by gangs, tempted by drugs and alcohol, and enslaved in a world of violence. It was hard for me to imagine innocent young children terrorized by gangs, selling drugs, dependent on chemical highs. But I understood, when all hope, everything they dreamed for is stripped away, they look somewhere else. I urge you to stand up for these children. They have no one to fight for them, no one who they can count on, yet they look to tomorrow with hope. If only they could go to school. The number is on your screen. Call or go to our website. There is a child waiting for you.